Hola everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. We're gonna have to talk about it. We are going to have to talk about it. Casita, you are in The Sims now. You've always been in The Sims. That's a lie. You've never ever been in The Sims. I don't know why I said that, but now you are, and so many people are making you in The Sims, and I got inspired. I've also been, I feel like this will be like some closure to me because I have spent so much time making this house that I feel like I would get sick of it. The movie has lived rent-free in my brain, and I'm upset because it is not paying me. I have been suffering ever since this movie has come out. Like, we don't talk about Bruno. First thing that I think of when I wake up, surface pressure, as soon as I'm eating breakfast. What else can I do with taking my dog for a walk? It is the songs that have been stuck in my head that I am not happy with because they're just so good, and I cannot stop thinking about it. It's so annoying. I see a lot of people making this house on The Sims, and I thought it would be a great idea to hopefully try and do this myself. I really like the way it turned out. It was a really big build. I couldn't squeeze every family of the Madrigals in the house, but I tried my best. I have Abuela, of course, we have Mirabel, we have some of Dolores, Camilo, Antonio, and I believe I have someone else and I can't remember. I couldn't make Bruno's tower. I couldn't make anything in it because the structure was a little awkward because of The Sims, so I do apologize for that. But I think overall on this build, I think I did pretty okay, if I do say so myself. I'm really proud of it. I had to watch the film right beside me, and it was comedic because I had to keep pausing it and then fast forwarding the film and then maybe going like back like 15 seconds just to get like the right angle of that clip, so I know kind of where the furniture is kind of being put in the whole house. So it was really fun to do. It was really challenging, but I think it turned out great at the very end. I really love it. I think that the casita looks quite, I don't know, I like to say realistic, like with how it looks in the film. I wanted to try and do my very best, so I hope I did Mirabel proud. So over here on the left side, you'll see that there is a river, and I wanted to kind of put that there because in the film on the left side there is kind of like a farm full of banana trees, so I kind of wanted to do that as well. I was trying to look in debug to find the banana kind of like seed for the actual plant itself, and I couldn't find it, so I was super bummed about that. So I just put in like a normal banana tree that you'd find in the actual build catalog, but I really like it. I think it turned out really nice. Over in the back of the casita, we have just the outdoor area like slash patio that you'll see me do, I think towards the end of the build, but I saw it in the film where everybody was like eating breakfast, I guess, and Mirabel was going to find Luisa so she could like talk to her because her eyes been twitching all night. But she went over there and she was like trying to confront her. I don't want to spoil it. I won't spoil it for you, but she was trying to like go over and talk to her, and this is where they were like all having breakfast, and I was like, where is that located in the casita? Because I don't see like a spot on like anywhere on the front part or like the back. It didn't make any sense, so I was like, where is it? And then I like looked more in it and I was like, oh, it's by the kitchen. Which makes so much more sense because it's by the kitchen. That's where they get the food. So I do have like that little seating area on the right side of the home as well. So I don't know, I'm really proud of it, and it was super good, and I'm really happy. A weird thing, you'll see me save a bunch of times in The Sims because, girl, you know how this game is. It will try everything in its power to not let you save, or it will always crash. So I didn't give it a chance. But as I was editing the build, and I kept saving it, and when I finally finished it, I have it in the gallery. So it is on there for you to download. And if you want to know where to do that, I have my name on my gallery ID at the very end of the video with all the screenshots of the build, of course, at the very end, which it will be all in that like little area. Or you can also check out the description description down below that it will also have all of my social media stuff all there that you can always check out. But as I was trying to put it onto the gallery, it said that it was like by me, and then it said originally by like this other person, and I was like, huh? I'm like, what? Why is it saying that? And then I realized because before I made this build, I put down someone else's Encanto home to see kind of like what they were doing with it, and I wanted to know what they were doing for Isabella's side for the house with all of those like flowers and all that stuff. So I saw that they put the trees in, you know, and made them small and then put them all up on the side of the house, and I was like, oh my god, that's genius. So I decided to do that, and then I deleted it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start the house. And then as soon as I saved it, it said by me, but originally by someone else. And I was like, why? What is that doing that? So on the gallery, I posted it and it like blew up, and I was like, oh, hallelujah, like people really like it. And they were like super, you know, like they were happy and I was happy and it was just a beautiful day. But then someone was like, comment stolen? ? And I was like, huh? I'm like, stolen? I'm like, I didn't steal anything. And then I had to explain on the comments that I was like, hey yo, like I just saw it, I just placed it down to see what someone did for Isabella's side of the casita. That's it. I'm not trying to steal anything. So I hope I made myself clear there. But I did it. This house is all me. Is all me, girl. Like you can download it, you can change it, you can do whatever you want, you can demo it and do whatever. But this is my build. It's my build. So if you see it on there, just be like, the gallery is weird, you know? The gallery is strange. But I wanted to put everything that I could in this house. I couldn't fit everybody's home bedrooms in this house. Unfortunately, the size of the house, of course, is a little weird in The Sims, so the different types of structure or the design outline of how this house is originally placed will not work in The Sims because it is silly and we can't do a half tile. We have to do like a full tile, and I think that our builds would be so much better and more accurate if we could do like half a tile. So it didn't happen, but I did try and make it my best. I did at least put a couple of people. I believe I had Abuela, I had Mirabel, I had Dolores, I had Camilo, I had who else did I have? I had Isabella, and I think that's it. I had Bruno's spot where he sat, where everybody was eating dinner. So it is a little bit depressing, which I was so upset about, but I have his like little area there as well. And then I have Abuela's room. This Mirabel's nursery over here, it was a little too small, so I couldn't make it the way I wanted it to, and I was super upset about that because literally a single bed fit like the entire length of the room, so I was not happy about it. So I'm so sorry. But otherwise everything else in this house is as accurate as I possibly could put it. That window, I love how I said that I was trying to make it super accurate, and now I'm just gonna explain those. That window, where you see that archway, should be at the end of that hallway, and not over in the left side, which is gonna be Isabella's room, but I couldn't do it because the out exterior of the house would not match it, so I messed it up, and I apologize. But I think it still worked. I still think that it turned out really nice. I really love the bedrooms, except probably for Mirabel's bedroom, or I guess like the nursery as we call it, just because it's like really dark and it's kind of grungy and there's not really much going on because it's just the nursery and nobody cares about how it looks except for Mirabel, and I'm really upset about that. But I tried to put like a painting of like a butterfly because the butterflies represent a lot in this film, so I wanted to try and put those around there, so it'd be kind of fun if you could find all of them. But I am also really happy with the way the bedrooms turned out. I think the bedroom that I probably paid the most attention / love is Isabella's room. Isabella's room is probably the most decorated just because I didn't know what to do with all of those flowers. There was just too much, and we couldn't make like an actual like flower room. We don't have different types of furniture to put a flower bed on, or like a flower couch. You can have them like with designs, but the theme, it didn't work. So I tried to make it as best as I could, and you will see when I get to it, that it you could tell that it's Isabella's room. Here we are working on the dining room. I had to replay the scene of the dining room like for like 6 or 7 times just so I could figure out the actual layout of the house. I had it playing on in the background but just to get me in like the Colombian mood, but they had so much going on that I kept skipping in between every different types of scenes to figure out where everything was placed. So I technically couldn't say that I was watching it, but I was definitely watching scenes of it. And there was a lot more hanging plants than I ever thought there was. We had so many hanging plants, and I'm so happy that we have hanging plants in The Sims. And if it wasn't for these jungle Salvadorado jungle adventure stuff, half of this wouldn't work, and I don't think it would look as good as it does, because without this pack it would probably look really, really silly. And I apologize if you don't have this pack, because there is going to be a lot missing, and I'm really, really sorry. I don't know if the gallery will try and like replace some things, but I think that there'll be a lot of things missing, and I'm really, really sorry. I don't know how many packs I used in it, but you can go to my gallery at jaymisanford. It will be in the description, because my name is a little bit weird, so it's not the way that you think. So if you look down in the description and you go onto the gallery, you can just type in my ID gallery name and it should pop up, but it probably will tell you how many packs I've used. I think probably the most and the main one that I use is probably Cottage Living and the Jungle Adventure. So if you have any of those two, then you get the casita in its full glory. But if you don't, then I am very sorry. Now, over here you can see I am trying to put the flowers on the pillars of the casita. You know that Isabella put those on there when they had the ceremony thing for Antonio, and they kind of worked. I'm not going to toot my own horn, but like toot, I don't know how they worked up on there. It does look a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, and they don't go on the back of the pillar. It's just like on the front and the sides, and I was having such a hard time doing it, and I felt like I wanted to just like delete it all, but then I was like, no, Jamie, you gotta persevere, you just gotta keep going, gotta keep making it. So I don't know, I haven't seen anyone do this yet, given that this movie is not that old at all. It's very, very new, but I don't know how many people have done this yet. But I'd like to say that I haven't seen it yet. So putting those flowers on the pillars were fun, but it was also scary, because I was like, I want to incorporate that into my build. I don't know how this is gonna work. So I did as best as I could. Over here, we're just trying to put in the little knickknacks of the whole casita in there. We have a lot of furniture going on. This little river over here too is really, really cute. And I also do apologize if you're someone who likes like consistency of the way that someone builds, like going from like all the bedrooms to like the kitchen, then the dining room, and then doing like the out exterior at the very end. That doesn't happen here. So I'm really, really sorry, but I'm that type of person that will go from like the bathroom to the pond outside to the kitchen to the attic, like back to the outside again. So I really do apologize if a lot of these things are sloppy. I also apologize as well that I did not have a lot of footage of me doing the kitchen, because I really like the way the kitchen turned out, because I looked up some of the concept of the actual kitchen itself from the movie, and I really like it. You'll see all the screenshots at the very end like we always do, but I don't have a lot of the footage from me actually doing the kitchen itself on that speed build, so I also apologize for that. There's a lot of apologizing going on. Can you tell what country I live in? But we have Isabella's room right now, and it is, you know, I kind of want this room. You know, I'm not gonna lie, there's not a lot going on, but I think it's really pretty. I really like the pink, the flowers. I've never really used those flowers before, but they were really nice to work with, and I think that it looks super cozy. I remember kind of having a bed like this when I was younger at my father's, and I felt so like cool. They were like Hannah Montana little curtains around the bed, and I just felt like a princess. So it was really fun to do that again. It kind of gave me some nostalgia. But this is Isabella's room. I should have made the room a little bit bigger, considering the fact that I had that huge square behind her bedroom, and I don't think I used anything for it, so I should have made it bigger. I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking. There's so many things that I wish I could be doing differently when I was making this build, because as you can see here, I'm doing Abuela's room, but technically to the left side should be the Pepa's room, and then on the right side should be Mirabel's mother, but I obviously, as you can see, there would be no room to make those rooms, so I had to just make it Abuela's room there, and I don't know, I like it and I don't. It's kind of weird for me, but you can tell these bedrooms that are going on right now. Like, this is Antonio's bedroom. We have all like the little dinosaurs. We have the grass on the floor. We have just something out here to try and make it look and feel as much of like a little outdoor kid bedroom as I possibly could. We have like the little mirror with the little things on the hanging lights that kind of look a little bit more magical. Like, I just tried my best in trying to make it like an actual bedroom, but one that you could tell that was probably Antonio's. And then we have just like a bunch of different things that I'm putting all over the bedrooms, but on the left side of this, I believe it is Camilo's bedroom. Camilo, there was no concept art for it. That also, like, Dolores's bedroom, I didn't have much to go off of, so I wanted Camilo's bedroom to kind of show that it's his bedroom. It's a little like, we have the colors of his robes and his kind of feel around it. As you can see, there's a lot of like tans and stuff like that. I want to put like a mirror in there to be like, who am I? Who am I? Because maybe he has like a weird complex with how he likes to change and shift all the time, that he's like, should I just enjoy myself, or like the body that I'm given, or would I like to shapeshift into someone else, so I don't know. But I felt like putting a mirror in there. And then we have Dolores's room. It's super weird because it's not any of her colors, like what she wears. But I kind of wanted it to feel a little bit more like relaxed, because if I had Dolores's powers, I would hate it. Like, I can't... There is a lot of things that I wish I didn't hear, or that I don't like to listen to, and yet Dolores has to hear everything, so I can only imagine the poor girl. So I kind of wanted to make the bedroom a little bit more like relaxing, so I kind of put like some really like normal colors and neutral colors in there. I know it's probably not the vibes, and it's probably not Dolores's vibes, but I don't know, I kind of wanted to make it like that. It's super weird, so if you totally want to change that, that is fine. You change it. You do whatever you want. But we also use I'm so happy. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. I am so happy that we were able to put the candles from what is it? The Eco Lifestyle. And I was able to get like a candle from the debug and place it on the actual window, and it fit, and it just like went on there immediately, and I was like, oh my god. So super happy about that, and I really like the way it turned out. So you can see at nighttime the shining of like all the lights from the home, but then you can see like the candle on the outside of the casita, just on the top, and you can see it there, and everyone can admire it, and it's great. It's fun. But here you can see we are doing that outdoor patio thing that everybody was using when they were going to have lunch with everyone. So I kind of just did it really simple. I could have made it a lot more extra, but in the film there's kind of just like the table, and then there's a table more to like the right, but then like a bunch of boxes, and I didn't want it to make it look too like cluttered, so I kind of just kept the table there. But I still like the way it turned out. I have the same table as I did in the dining room because Luisa grabs it from the actual casita and she brings it outside so everyone can sit and eat, but we can't do that. So I just decided to put another of the same dining room table on the outside. Now, there's some parts of this house that I didn't know what to put in. Of course, like over here, I decided to put like a desk area. Just somewhere for your Sims to actually go and do things and keep them busy. But yeah, I don't know. I really like the way it turned out. I have all the screenshots at the end. So if you enjoy this video, please maybe consider subscribing, commenting, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.